Alright, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do 15 times 1K. The effort will start at that LT1, which we'll talk a little bit about, and then it might progress to LT2. I say it might, it will. I find that my body responds quite well to doing mix sessions where I start at one intensity, I keep it quite controlled, and then I gradually push the intensity up. We'll use kind of heart rate and pace as a guide, plus this Moxie monitor that I've been using. You'll also notice I'm wearing this like cold vest, which I'm really learning that my body is quite hot. My core body temperature rises quite quickly. And so we're just kind of experimenting with different cooling interventions. And does that then help or delay how quickly the core body temperature rises? And then does it help the session go a little bit better? But let's get warmed up. All right, so I look like Bane out of the Dark Knight. It's a little bit windy, so I'll keep this quite short, but the warm-up was 3K very slow, so like 5 minutes per K, which is 2 minutes slower than the speed that I'll do reps at. But that really gives the body a chance to get blood flow, get a little bit warmed up before you kind of jump into it. And then I do 2K at 4 minutes per K, which is moving a little bit closer to the pace that I'm then going to run the reps, but still nowhere near that pace. So that I found helps my body warm up a little bit better, and that's using the Moxie. I've now took my shirt off and I'm still wearing the cold vest because I can still feel myself like heating, which is crazy. And I don't want to like overwhelm you with this stuff, but it's worth thinking about the fact that you can make changes to what you're doing, which will help you recover a bit better, recover a bit quicker, get more quality out of your session. And it's by keeping the body cool, that's going to help the reps go a bit better, and then the recovery process after. It's something like 80 to 85% of the energy that we put in is to cool the body down, and then 15 to 20 is moving us forward. And yeah, we kind of want to keep that core body as low as possible so that we can put more energy into moving forward. If the audio sucks, I'll redo it at home, but hopefully it doesn't. Now I'm going to do some drills, some stretches, some plyometric stuff, some band stuff, and then I got to get going before I bloody overheat. All right, so we did good. That's the warm-up done, that band stuff, the drills, skipping drills, some plyometric drills, gets the muscle fibers activated, switched on, ready to go. Also gets more blood flow. Now I'm going to do a couple of strides. It's going to be really noisy. So now I'm going to do some strides. It's so windy. This sound is probably awful. I'm sorry. A couple of strides. Let's nail some K reps. All right, look, job done, 15 by K. I think I nailed that. I got the intensity and the effort just right. Started probably at like 307 per K, worked down to about 253, 254. Awesome job. I need to go home, I need to shower, I gotta go pick my parents up from the airport, and then I'll get talking about how it went, all that good stuff. But really, really happy with how things are progressing towards Berlin, and yeah, bloody good job today. Like I said, the session went well. It was that progression. I like that. The advice I'd give you, I can do it like that, as in 15 by K, short rest like that. I can, because I've been a runner for, over 20 years, and certainly in the last 5 to 10 years, doing it quite professionally, a lot. This is my job. I can then go quicker as the session goes on, and there's still, say, money in the bank to be able to progress the pace. You might find that when you do 10 by K, you don't even need to increase the pace or the effort to reach the new zone. And don't be alarmed by that. That's fairly normal. But I was kind of thinking about that when I was doing the session. I was like, I'm quite lucky that the fitness is at a good enough place that I can, run 307, 306, 305, and then I'm able to pick it up to maybe 3 minutes. And yes, I move into a new zone. But actually, when you're not as fit, and you're not in as good a place, you could say, or you haven't the training behind you or the foundation behind you, you might just find that you don't need to pick it up, and your heart rate and that effort will naturally drift to that next zone. And that's why those early reps need to be so conservative and almost like simple, and don't push them. But it went really well. The heat stuff is, super, super important. Start to research a bit of heat, but also just come from a perspective of running and training. It's not the only thing that can help you get better. A lot of the, progression of my career has come from, after each big race result, I don't rest. I think to myself, forgive me, I rest physically, but I don't rest in terms of that's my best achievement, that'll do. I research and extensively look into, hey, what could we do that could make the next one better? Hey, what could we start working on and training in our lifestyle to make the next one go better? And I usually write a big list. And, with Berlin in mind, it was temperature, it was hydration, it was sleep. It was starting to work on the little things that might, intensity control and training was another massive one. But it was like, let's start to really prioritize those things, and then let's see where it takes us. And it brings me to, this is silly, it's not as relevant, but I was going to meet friends last night. I have friends. I'm not just a complete running all the time and working on YouTube videos. I do socialize a tiny bit. And as I was on my way over, I was contemplating having, a couple of beers, and I sort of just thought to myself, and don't read into this too much, but I was like, why are you going to have a couple of beers when you're at the Victoria Park doing this session with a fucking ice vest on, trying to cool down in between reps? And that you're really focusing on these marginal gains, these little victories. And you're going to go have these beers, and that's going to affect your night's sleep, and then you're going to be dehydrated, and then all this good food that you've ate, beer, depletes the liver of glycogen. And I just decided, no, I'll go, I'll socialize, I'll eat some pizza, I'll see my friends I haven't seen in a while. But if you're going to start doing some of these little things, working on some of these little things, recovery stuff, technique stuff, strength stuff, nutrition, just be careful about some of the then big decisions that you're making in life. There's absolutely no fucking point in the world wearing a bloody ice vest and cooling yourself down between reps, and then on a Friday night going out and getting trolley drunk, and wondering why in 2 weeks' time you're not in a better place. And so start getting the big things in a good place, the things that can make a 20% difference, a 30% difference, train at the right intensity, getting as much volume in that you can without getting injured. And then you can start to work on the little things that's going to help support those bigger things. That's what's really key here. If you want, I say it every time, but if you want to learn more on this stuff or you're new to the channel, go to joggingroom.com. That's where you're going to learn about these big things, little things that can make all the difference. But then it's up to you to implement these things and start taking what you're doing seriously if you really want to achieve those next steps. So I'm super excited that I was willing and able to go and socialize and not have the beers. And I think it's a testament to how much I'm enjoying the training, how much I'm loving the process, and how probably like motivated and excited I am to actually achieve what I think I'm capable of in these next couple of races coming up. And seriously, just fucking taking myself seriously, taking what I'm doing seriously all the time. Not just Monday to Friday, but just let's see how fucking good you can be, kid. And let's not have any setbacks that were self-inflicted. Let's not put things in our path that then we have to dig ourselves out of a hole to get to where we want to get to. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, do all those lovely things. Lots of work going into this, editing, filming. So if you do want to check out Jogging Room and that helps support me, please do. And take care.